Alright, we've made it to the end of yet another month, so let's talk about all the Blu-rays and Funko Pops that I picked up. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and on this channel I love to talk about movies and TV. And if you also love to talk about movies and TV, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Basically for this video, it's just going to be very laid back. I'm going to be talking about the movies that I picked up, the Funko Pops that I picked up. And let me know down below, what did you guys pick up in these past couple months, whether it's just this month or the past couple months. Let me know down below. With that being said, let's start off with the Funko Pops. The first Funko Pop I got was the Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. I have been looking to get this one for a while, since it was really announced. If you don't know, I adore WandaVision. It's one of my favorite things the MCU has ever done, and I love the character of Scarlet Witch. And this is the coolest pose I found she was in. And I know there's just a common one that just has her like sitting down reading the book, but I wanted to get this one. This one looks badass, and it's in perfect timing. Just got it right before Multiverse of Madness, so I'm actually gonna put it right here. You're gonna see it in the set. There we go. So now she can go right next to Doctor Strange and Billy and Tommy. And the second Funko Pop I got was for my Harry Potter ranking. I got the one and only Harry Potter. Got this off of Amazon. I believe it's a special edition, so it's an exclusive. But Harry Potter is really one of the best characters in fiction really ever. And I love the series, so I figured I needed to get a pop for it. And who better to get than Harry Potter himself? This is the coolest one that I saw. I know there are a bunch of Harry Potter ones, but this is the one that I wanted to get. But now getting into the movies. This one I didn't get this month, but I believe I got it in March, but I didn't make a March haul video. I didn't get too much in that month, but I figured I would just add it to this video. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's the La La Land 4K Best Buy exclusive, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Wow. This is a Lionsgate Steelbook, and they have been knocking it out of the park. It's like a little silhouette thing, and then you take it off. I mean, you look at this. I'll do a little quick unboxing of sorts. Look at this. Wow. I mean, this is really a must buy for me. I'm a big La La Land fan. Again, it's one of my favorite movies ever, so I needed to buy this. And then we have a movie that I stumbled across on Hulu. I saw that it was leaving Hulu soon, so I decided to watch it. That movie is Garden State. If you've never heard of this movie, it's directed and written and starring Zach Braff, who is a tour de force in this movie. And it has Natalie Portman, which this will be not the first time you see her in this pile. But she is arguably my favorite actress ever, and she's awesome in this movie, has a great performance. It's pretty much the standout. I mean, this movie is heartfelt, it's touching, it's funny. I recommend you going in not knowing much, because that's what I did, and I came out just in love. The soundtrack too has some absolute bangers. This is a wonderful movie that not enough people talk about. And for this last little pile, I came across a little store that's kind of hidden. I found it online, and it sells a bunch of movies. It's this really cool store that's near me. I love to support local physical media stores, as they are really the last place you can get movies besides your Best Buys and Amazons. And when you can support a local store and they have Blu-rays for really cheap, I figured that's a double deal. And one of the movies I got was Up in the Air with George Clooney. Talk about another movie that blew me away. This one honestly might be one of my new favorites of all time as well. Both Garden State and this movie are A+ movies in my mind. The cast is stellar. You got Vera Farmiga, obviously George Clooney, but also Anna Kendrick, one of her first roles. I believe this was a Best Picture nominee too. It came out in 2009, and it's another movie I don't feel like too many people talk about. I mean, a bunch of people are like, oh, I know that movie, but it's again not a movie that I feel like people talk about. The writing is superb. It's a movie that has twists and turns that you're not expecting, so it continuously felt fresh, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. And then we have a guilty pleasure. I mentioned that it wouldn't be the first time you saw Natalie Portman in this pile. No Strings Attached. Now this one I feel it's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. This is probably, like a lot of people who have seen this movie, they don't like it. This is widely regarded as probably not a good movie, but I found myself loving it. Everyone is so charming, and that's why I really loved it. I love a good rom-com too, a total romance story, two friends becoming more than friends. And the funniest thing about this movie, and another movie, that being Friends with Benefits, they came out in the same year, and they have the exact same plot, really. So I'm gonna have to maybe rewatch Friends with Benefits to see which one is the better movie. This one though, again, it's a guilty pleasure. I feel a little guilty saying I like this movie, but who cares? Natalie Portman is awesome. Ashton Kutcher as well. Nice supporting cast too. Mindy Kaling, Greta Gerwig is in this movie too. And it's directed by the late, great Ivan Reitman. May he rest in peace. He did a great job with this rom-com, and I really love it. And then we have Food, the movie. It's really called Chef, but this is basically just Food, the movie. It will have your mouth watering. Another very heartwarming story. Jon Favreau directed this movie. It's almost like a passion project for him. He wrote, directed, produced, and starred in this movie. Definitely make sure to check it out. It's a very just heartwarming story. Sofia Vergara is in it too. I remember really enjoying it. I remember watching it for the first time last year and just kind of just being shocked by how much I enjoyed it. Like, I don't enjoy making food myself, but after watching this, I was just like, I want to go make a huge meal. Plus, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, and Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man are in this movie. It's a reuniting of the MCU stars. Jon Favreau was obviously in the MCU, so it's kind of just a reunion. Then the last movie in this pile is The Descendants with another George Clooney movie. Now, this is a movie I was looking on Hulu. I was looking for a movie just to watch. It was late at night. I stumbled across this movie, and wow, what an awesome, pretty underrated movie that was just so touching. It's so poignant and has such a good screenplay, and actually an Oscar-winning screenplay. In fact, this one won for Oscar-winning Best Screenplay. Another movie I believe was up for Best Picture. George Clooney has such a great performance as well. I really love Hawaii too, even though I've never been there, and this movie is set in Hawaii, so yet another plus. I mean, it's no uplifter, it is definitely a drama, but it has some comedic elements too. And Shailene Woodley as well is terrific. I've really never seen her in such a good performance as this one. Man, this movie has some great performances, and definitely one you should check out. But that is it for my Blu-ray and Funko Pop haul for the month. Make sure again to let me know down below what did you pick up this month or even recently. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to hit that like button. And if you love just movies, TV, whatever it is, I love talking all that stuff on this channel. So definitely make sure that if you're new here, click that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you get notified whenever new videos like this go live. We have a big week ahead. I have a bunch of videos planned, so make sure to keep your eye out for that. Thank you again for watching. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.